Morning. It's first day of 2014 and I'm at work and we're trying to get our turbine running again.
Alright, so I went down there and the breaker control, what I did was swap it back into manual control and then back into automatic, and then that's when it went into reverse power.
Okay, we're making power. Had a little hitch in the startup. You know, everybody has their New Year's resolutions and wishes. I asked for prosperity. This is what I got. Overtime for working the holiday. The way this works is we make that steam in the boilers, and I've showed you the boilers before. Then we run the boilers through this turbine, or these turbines, and it's the exhaust that goes out to the rest of the system to provide heating or whatever the need may be on a 50-pound loop. So you're using, it's just more efficient. You're making electricity with your steam, you're taking the exhaust from that electricity and you're sending it out to the load. Now, the electricity we make is recorded on this meter, and I believe public service stops by, reads the meter, and does the math, deducts it from the bill. So that's how all that works. I got to keep a close eye on the boilers here. So here's a graphic of the boilers. What I'm looking at is the water level in the steam drum. The set point is 0. It's reading -0.2. That's nothing. This is in manual. The other boiler is in auto, and its level is good. This is indicating how much electricity we're making, and turbine is in manual. Here's the control for the turbine. Since my steam level is correct, I'm going to go ahead and raise it 10 pounds, go to 50, double check it on the screen, enter. Now we'll be making more electricity because we're going to be allowing more steam to go through the turbine. And the lift valve for the loop, you have two sources. If you're not going through the turbine, you're going through reducing stations, and we'll watch that back down, and we'll watch our drum level. Now when you let more steam out suddenly, the steam drum level increases a little bit. It went up, now it goes down. It doesn't vary very much. Now this is at 20% in manual, and we're making 34,000 pounds an hour of steam. So I can see what's on, what's happening. This screen over here will actually document everything I've said. People will be able to look on this. This is producing a trend. It's kind of like the black box in an airplane, so that every keystroke that you make, every change you make to the plant, every event that happens is recorded in the memory of the computer. And this is a control panel. You can see the history there on the graph, and you have the control of the different processes down below. And then you and then you write it in the book. And if you're like old TheEZGZ, just happens to have your camera in your pocket, you can document it this way too. So I gotta have my morning cup of coffee. This is not the way I expected to start the new year. But I'll take you a quick round of the plant, show you what exactly we do and what I'm looking for. Right here, these are a desiccant air dryer, and it is to dry the air that we use throughout throughout the plant for control. Here's the one that's carrying the load right now, 183 degree water. Oil level's okay. Sounds good. Nothing spraying. We go around, we've got these air bleeders. This is a test button. It's the same thing as draining your tank to keep moisture out. Make every effort all of the time to make sure that air is dry. Colorado typically has pretty dry air anyhow. Just the same prolongs the life of your equipment. Now these are water-cooled compressors, and the heat exchanger to cool it. There's the motor, the compressors in the front. There's the cooling heat exchanger. This is the pump that is circulating that water through this heat exchanger. I've got chilled water going in from my chillers, and I've got I'm cooling that water down. This says 90 degrees. That's right on the button. Gonna look in the reservoir. Everything looks normal. Pump is on. Water flow is there. Switches are in the proper spot. Next we'll go downstairs. We have water softeners. Nobody added salt, so can't do that with a camera in my hand. I'll add salt. Did backwash last night, or yesterday I guess it was. Okay, here's the boy, I wish I had a wide angle camera. This thing just does not seem to capture the size and scope of what we're dealing with here. Okay, this one is running 81 812.75. 812.75. Got to write that down. I just write it on the back of my hand. That's the one that's operating in lead, and these two are on standby. And I go over here. If we don't have enough condensate coming back, we use that soft water from the city makeup to make up the difference. Here's the valve that controls it. I currently have a little bit of flow going through it, not much. The turbines are over here. We're going to catch the temperatures. Okay, got 155 degrees. There it is. 150 degrees. These are oil reservoirs. Kind of cool. If it maintains an oil level in there, and you just take that globe out and you put turbine oil in there, and that's how you oil your bearings. You use chilled water to keep them at the proper temperature. You also want to check the oil level. That is some clean oil in the turbine bearings. Got that on both sides. This one is running at 145 degrees. 145. Oil level looks good. We have tunnels that go out to distribute that steam through the system. We're not going down them. You don't want to go down there alone. I don't know if you can get a feel for how far that goes, but imagine there's several miles in total. So make sure that's okay. Give a little blow down on the low spots here. pumps that lift this return condensate. Here's the level of the condensate. We're at the low spot of the whole operation. So the condensate that comes back here flows, a lot of it flows, is pumped up and then it flows by gravity back to the plant here. And these pumps push the push the water up to the DA tank. I showed you that before. That's on the 3rd level. If you think I'm going to go up there and show you that without having another cup of coffee, you are mistaken. I'm supposed to be down at the chill plant doing water treatment. I got water in this trough. Where's this water coming from? Alright. Okay. This is why you make equipment rounds. You look for signs of water. You listen for strange sounds that you don't normally hear. I don't care if you were 10 years old or your wife that never saw a wrench in her life. If she spent considerable time in a building such as this, they would get accustomed to the noises. And if there was a change in temperature or a change in sound, they would know that something's different. So that's our job, is to find problems before they become major, and then take appropriate action. When you're here alone, like today, holiday, you're probably not going to do any corrective mechanical work. You're just going to make sure that everything stays alive. This is a surface blow. It has a tendency to stick. We're making steam. Up above there is my sight glass, and we can see that on the graphic as well. I've shown you guys many times before, and since we're right here, take a quick peek in the firebox. I like to look at it myself. Now, it was colder during the night, so you can see how the refractory inside is glowing. But it is 40 degrees outside, and it is backing down. Actually, when I came in, it was 41. Last time I looked, it was 37. Alright, now we gotta go up to boiler 2. We got fire in a box, water in a glass. We're happy. Okay, this one, there's a little notch on top, so I can tell that it's opened or closed. Okay, before we started out, we were making 260 kW. Now we're up to 391, and we're at 50. Our water level is dead on the money, right at set point. So we're gonna go ahead and raise this another. Gonna go to 60. Make sure that that's what you punch in, and don't fat finger it. 60%. So what we're doing here is, I'm going to move this over, and what we're doing is just getting this turbine. It's in manual. We're going to gradually bring it up to 100%. Doesn't make that much difference on the steam coming out of the boilers. It just makes a difference whether it's going through a regulating valve or it's using the exhaust off the turbine. When you're at 100%, you're making the most electricity that you can make for a given load. That's how that works. And we can see our trend log is still going. I can toggle over to check chill plant 1, which is off, and I see the pumps are off. Everything's off. Oh, okay, red is a bad thing. It just means the sump is overfilled. That happens. And here's chill plant 2. The cooling towers are at 77%. I got 2 towers on here and here. I'm putting out 43-degree water, 48 return, 1 condenser pump, and flat plate is down here. It's transferring that heat over to the towers, and it's evaporating water as it flashes off, just like a swamp cooler. Does that year round. You've seen the ice. We're probably missing one of those real beautiful sunrises. I'm glad I brought the camera today. Don't know that I'll really post this, but and then we have alarm manager down here. I gotta fire up this other screen. Something very pleasing to me about seeing Rusty in front of this old building. Building is much older than Rusty, but still, I think it's fitting. We just got back from doing our readings at chill plant 2, and hopefully the heating plant is still crack-a-lacking. Yeah, and I'm babbling way too much. Hope you're having a good day. You're probably just waking up. Hope you don't have a hangover. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for being you. Happy New Year. TheEZGZ out.